You can't talk about the NBA without talking about Kyrie Irving. Some people consider him the Kanye West of the sports world. He's got wild opinions and thoughts about things. He isn't afraid to say what's on his mind. And most importantly, he is polarizing as an athlete. Fans and the media are torn, hate him or love him. The real question is, do we think the Nets will trade him? Let's talk about Kyrie Irving. Who is he? Oh, Kyrie. He gives everyone in the basketball world a headache, whether he means to or not. Kyrie has said that the earth is flat and has his own weird conspiracy theories about who killed John F. Kennedy. Kyrie got suspended by the NBA for posting on social media earlier this season. He shared a video promoting anti-Semitism, a real no-no in our modern socio-political climate. But still, the truth is, the 30-year-old former #1 draft pick can hoop, and at the end of the day, playing basketball is his job, and he is really good at it. His career has been somewhat tumultuous overall. His first years in the NBA weren't much to write home about. He was playing well personally, but his team at the time, the post-LeBron Cleveland Cavaliers, floundered. They were very underwhelming, still reeling from LeBron leaving them high and dry to take his talents to South Beach. Then LeBron came back and they played in 4 consecutive NBA Finals, winning 1. Kyrie made what is considered by many NBA fans to be one of the greatest shots in NBA Finals history. He and LeBron brought a championship to the city of Cleveland. That was a really big deal. Then he went to Boston and it seemed like they would become the newest dynasty, but it crumbled quickly and Kyrie suffered through injuries. Eventually, he balked his way out of town and into Brooklyn. For all his greatness, Kyrie hasn't contributed to a lot of winning without LeBron. That is a major criticism of his career up to this point. It might not be such a big deal if he didn't have so many off-the-court situations coming up all the time. Our modern age media is hungry for stories and Kyrie has given them a lot of bait. That is why he is such a polarizing figure. What does Kyrie Irving's future look like? Kyrie is a confusing figure in the sports world. You will often hear the talking heads, pundits, and other media call him an enigma. And they're right. He is an enigmatic presence in basketball. He seems to operate by his own rulebook, or what some people say, he walks to the beat of his own drum. Word comes out that Kyrie has done something strange, and that once that fire begins to burn out, we hear something new and it starts all over again. He is unpredictable, and last off-season, surprising some but not all that shocking to most, Kyrie almost walked away from his team, the Brooklyn Nets. He had a player option that he could execute to stay with the Nets for a healthy payday, but the buzz around it started to create rumors that he may pack up his things and head out west to join LeBron James and the Los Angeles Lakers. No one really knows how much truth there was to this, but that didn't stop the media machine from causing a frenzy. Things got so out of hand that even Kevin Durant demanded a trade from the Nets if they were actually going to let Kyrie walk away. After all, Durant joined the Brooklyn Nets specifically to play with his good friend Kyrie Irving. All that craziness followed the Brooklyn Nets into the 2022-23 season. Questions were flying in every direction. Wild storylines were born out of thin air every day. It was exhausting and it showed in the team's play. The Nets started the season slow and looked awful. The team chemistry was nowhere to be seen. Kyrie and Durant looked sluggish and it was impossible to tell where their commitment was, on the court or something else entirely. The team incorporated Ben Simmons, a newly acquired all-star who is terrified of shooting, and things looked off. But when things looked like they couldn't become any more bleak for the Nets, the front office fired coach Steve Nash, who had already had a lot of question marks. No one knew if Nash was a good fit or even a qualified NBA coach or not. It proved to be that he was not, at least not for the Brooklyn Nets anyway. How have Kyrie and the Nets looked since the suspension? Kyrie has been back from his suspension for posting a link to an anti-Semitic video for 21 games. In that span, Kyrie and his running mate superstar Kevin Durant have led the Brooklyn Nets to first place in the Eastern Conference with 18 wins and 3 losses over that span. They have dominated the league, leading every team in scoring and offensive efficiency, as well as playing excellent defense. Kyrie and Durant have both been extraordinary during their recent run. Kyrie has averaged over 25 points per game. Since the firing of Nash and the placement of Jacques Vaughn, the Nets now have an operable system in place. Players have defined roles and know what their expectations are. It is like night and day from what they were like under Nash's lack of leadership. Thanks to Jacques Vaughn, the Nets have completely transformed defensively. Durant has been their linchpin and also the anchor that gets everyone involved involved on the offensive end, while Kyrie plays the quiet assassin, making shots that rational NBA players only dream of. Are there still questions surrounding the future? Yeah, the Nets have looked vastly improved over the last several weeks, but what does it mean for the future? Kyrie Irving and Ben Simmons are considered two of the least predictable players in the NBA. Either of them could collapse mentally or step away from the team without notice, or in Ben Simmons' case, never shoot a basketball again. None of these things are out of the question. Another important question is, even as well as they have played as of late, winning 18 of 21 games, can the Brooklyn Nets, as they stand today, compete for a long playoff run against teams in the Eastern Conference like the Milwaukee Bucks and the Boston Celtics? The Bucks won the NBA title 2 years ago. If things collapse for the Nets, they'll probably be the biggest team to move pieces in the offseason. This may mean that Kyrie will be on his way out of Brooklyn. What's next for Kyrie? There is definitely a chance Kyrie re-signs with the Nets to stay a core piece of what they are trying to do, especially if he continues to play the way he has since returning from the suspension. And that is assuming he can stay healthy, which is a concern with Kyrie. The problem is that the answer is either to be a resounding yes or a hard and fast no. Earlier this season, you would have been hard-pressed to find any other team in the entire league that would want to risk their future on Kyrie, aside from maybe the Lakers, who know their window with LeBron James won't last forever. The King is already in his 20th season, and time slows down for no one. And if Kyrie becomes unavailable, it will still be the Lakers who are the first to pick up their phone. Kyrie would be a great fit alongside LeBron and Anthony Davis. His ability to score would take some pressure off the other two superstars. However, it isn't a guarantee for success by any stretch. Davis continues to show he is an injury risk, while LeBron is becoming more injury-prone as well. Though after 20 years in the league as one of the best players to ever lace up a pair of sneakers, can you really fault him for getting hurt? Kyrie is the ultimate question mark. Will he be great? Will he stop playing to visit a monastery in Nepal? Who knows? That is what makes Kyrie such an enigma. Nobody knows what he is thinking or what he is going to do. If he continues to put to phenomenal numbers and prove he can contribute to a winning team without LeBron James by his side, then he will assuredly get paid the supermax contract he is looking for, and that will likely be to stay with his current team, the Brooklyn Nets. Durant is out for a month. What does it mean for Kyrie? Durant is the heart of the Brooklyn Nets. Even someone like Kyrie Irving would admit that. Durant is arguably in the conversation for MVP this season, an award he's won once before, to go side by side on his mantle with his 2 Finals MVP awards. But now Kevin Durant is sidelined with a sprained MCL. This is exactly what the Nets hoped would not happen, and it might be exactly what they needed to happen. With so many questions about the future of Kyrie Irving, proving himself for a team that has been playing the best basketball in the league and keeping them atop the Eastern Conference while his teammate is out is a big ask. But it is the exact kind of thing superstars are paid to do. This is why they pay big bucks for Giannis, LeBron, and Joel Embiid to perform when it matters the most. What about the rumors? Before the start of the season, there were rumors that Kyrie may retire. Kyrie is a strange and befuddling persona, and he even hinted at the possibility of retirement. But did anyone really believe it? He is 30 years old, and by signing his name to the contract for his player option to participate this season popped $36.5 million into his bank account. So don't believe everything you hear, because ultimately, weirdo or not, conspiracy theorist or anti-vaxxer, people don't walk away from life-changing money. And especially if you're someone like Kyrie, who even though he seems odd, loves the game of basketball and is a natural-born competitor. As long as Kyrie can lace up his sneakers, he'll be there to cross over defenders and make game-winning shots in clutch moments. Thanks for watching. We hope you enjoyed that video as much as we enjoyed bringing it to you. We will be back soon with more content for you. But in the meantime, hit the like and subscribe buttons to show us the love. We'll be back soon with another video. Take care, and we'll see you again.